Welcome to the deep dive for Gate 32 in human design. My name is Brenna, and I'm a human design reader, astrologer, and psychic of almost 10 years, teaching you how to make the esoteric more practical, how to use it in your everyday life. If you have a Libra placement between 20 and 26 degrees, you are going to have Gate 32 in human design. Without further ado, let's get into the nitty-gritty details of this gate, what it means, and how you can use it. If I had to come up with one phrase for the gate of continuity, it's adapt and overcome. You are somebody who is here to really tell us how we can change what needs to be fixed in order for us to continue on our path successfully. If you're running a marathon, for example, you're the person that's going to be checking in on us, checking in on yourself every mile or so to say, do I need to stop for a moment for water, electrolytes, a little nourishment, some band-aids for my blisters, things along those lines, to make sure not that we're stopping at every mile marker or that we're going to stop before we're finished with the marathon, but that we have the right resources to continue on down that path. I kind of explain this placement when I'm doing readings as somebody who is an energetic talent manager. You always are checking in on who in your environment is going to help keep the balances, the system of checks and balances in order. You're also somebody who's really going to be attuned to who are the people that are right for the job. Now, what's interesting with this, because you always have your eyes and ears open for making the moment as perfect as possible, you can have a fear of failure or a fear of being your most successful self because you're trying to figure out how to attain that or maintain that level of high success, whatever your standard of perfection is, with the resources that you don't have available to you at this moment in time. So I often explain this as if you are somebody that has this dream of being a multimillionaire, the first millionaire in your family, but you're having a hard time figuring out how to make your consistent $4,000 or $10,000 a month. That's going to be something you want to focus on first, the tool that you need to be able to achieve that goal in the not so distant future. You're with somebody that can sometimes have a hard relationship with change. It can be hard for you to figure out how to pivot and really have to understand that when you integrate with your nervous system, that the only thing consistent in life is change. That's what you really want to pay attention to. That's going to be really important for anybody with this gate placement to really tune into that. When I know that change is consistent, you can lean into being able to be radically present in the present moment to integrate all the benefits, to know that nothing lasts forever, not from a place of scarcity, but from a place of deep appreciation and just melting into the present moment, the present experience at hand. Now, with being afraid of change comes this identity crisis or these crises or these forks in the road where you're like, do I want to, put my neck out a little bit and try something new, connect with new people, or do I just want to keep my well-oiled machine going? And really tapping into your authority in human design to say, okay, black and white, A or B, yes or no, especially if you're a sacral authority, does this feel like a healthy expansion, or does this feel like I'm pushing myself too much at this season of my life? It can wait till next season. That's going to be some critical thinking steps for you to journal on, for you to marinate in before you make any changes to upset the apple cart, to make sure that you don't do that in your own life, your personal life especially. Before I get into reading the 6 different expressions of the gate placement, I'm going to read the additional passage from Trenton Parkin. You guys know, who've been here for a minute, that I always read from his books. He calls this the gate of duration. So just as farmers, deep sea fishermen, and sailors can detect the slightest shift in weather, so you can sense shifting circumstances in your world. Gate 32 smells something threatens to bring instability or unrest. It could concern a relationship, a venture, the economy, or the community, but you'll sniff it out and become twitchy when change is coming. That's because your nature seeks a path which is sure but steady. Enduring relationships and careers shored up with commitment are what your life is all about, and your goals are long term. Going the distance should be a motto of this gate, because you'd be quite happy in life if you found a plateau, just as long as that plateau promised continuity and long-term success. The longevity, consistency, and sustainability of things matter. So whatever change you engage with must smell right first. People, places, and projects are forever coming under a hound-like qualities within you. As you pivot on the spot, there's an unshakable belief that wherever you face, your resolve will sail through any storm or challenge. You will do all you can to avoid failure, because that is the biggest fear within you. This fear will be more prevalent if your spleen is undefined. So looking to see if that, on the left-hand side, I'll pop up a picture here, is white or colored in. If it's white, that means it's undefined, even if you have little gates that are lit up there, like gate 32, for example. When it starts chipping away at your durability, trust your authority. So leaning into that, right? I'm going to rapid fire through some of the 6 different expressions that you can have. You're going to see on your right hand side or your left hand side in your human design body graph, gate 32 with the number 1 through 6 next to it. We experience these flavors. I mentioned this in my what do the do's and the don'ts of the 13th to the 19th, because we experience a sun gate transit in gate 32, our Libra sun, between 20 and 26 degrees about every mid-October. If this is your birthday time, you're going to maybe have this as your most prominent gate in your human design body graph, and we're going to notice all the 6 different expressions. So I want to cover specifically what this can look like for you. If you're somebody who has gate 32 in the first line, the foundational element, it's good traits or expression of this gate placement is having attention to detail, understanding the ins and outs of something, and being somebody that knows that practice makes perfect. In the detrimented side, it can cause some impatience, wanting to bypass important steps, or not taking the time to properly assess or inform yourself. I'm reading this for my personal notes, by the way, from just marinating on this and kind of what I felt like were the peak things to share with my people and those of you who have found me here. If you have gate 32 in the second line, the hermit line, this is known as a line of restraint, and it's not showing how powerful you are in order for others to be seen, keeping communal harmony. And it's downward facing aspect, it's detrimented aspect, it's giving up or having a dramatic exit when things don't go your way, or being a bit of a control freak. Don't throw a temper tantrum when you don't get your way, or when you feel like somebody's taking too much of the air out of the room. It could be that it's just not your room to be in at that moment in time. Doesn't have to be a bad thing. Gate 32 in the third line, having a lack of continuity. It's indecision during transformation. Indecision doesn't have to be a negative thing. It just means that you're taking a second to consider all parts to keep the scales balanced, because Libra is the scales. And the detrimented aspect of this, which I see a few people that have this in my community space on Patreon as well, have this, where it's that the quote of, well, we've always done it that way. So, we've always done it this way. Why would we change? Not knowing how to adapt when necessary and inevitable change happens. It's really noticing that can be detrimental to you and whatever it is that you want to pursue, like getting a new tool, adapting to new technology, not getting too left behind, and you making sure that you're using these tools as tools that you use, not tools that use you, is a way to overcome that. Gate 32 in the fourth line is known as right as might, and it's being able to maintain or keep your values and what you stand for even during changing times, or not allowing yourself to assess outdated beliefs only because you feel safe enough. Don't let it be too late to not assess, like, hey, maybe there is a crack in the metaphorical foundation or the literal one. We want to be paying attention to that. Gate 32 in the fifth line is flexibility. You can be easily adaptable, know what is needed for the sake of peace in a community, in a conversation, or somebody that is rejecting conformity so much and becoming a self-fulfilled outcast for it. Just because it feels right doesn't mean it is. A lack of nervous system regulation will have you feeling like it is. That was something that I noticed in a couple personal experiences where people are like, well, when I attack and verbally, attack this person, I feel better getting it off my chest, but maybe it would have been better and that person would have had an opportunity to repair the relationship if they knew how you felt early on and it didn't come in an outburst. It was something that you addressed in the moment or pretty soon after. Not letting things fester is a big aspect of that placement. And then last but not least, gate 32 and the sixth line is the line of tranquility. So the instinct to embrace change, to keep your peace, to be a role model, an archetype of what it means to be able to experience tranquility in the midst of changing times, or convincing yourself life is meaningless because change happens. I used to have this issue when I was living in my first apartment because my nervous system was dysregulated. And I was like, well, why would I decorate this apartment, because I'm just going to move at some point anyway. And it really changed my perspective on its axis when I found out I was a caves person in human design, and that even though I would be moving at some point, I could still make my apartment cozy, and that was something that was actually really good for my nervous system to not have to worry about the constant changing, right? And that comes from environments of how we grow up and fear of the past repeating itself, my gate 44 as well. But just seeing how it's expressed in gate 32 is going to be an important one. So let me know what gate placement you have, or I should say line with this gate placement in gate 32. If your clients have this, it's a great way for you to be able to figure out how you can support them a little bit more appropriately for their design. If you don't have this and you're a mentor, or a life coach in any way, shape, or form, it's a really good way for you to lean into the people that you want to help. So if you have any more specific personal messages that you don't want to share in a public forum, you can actually send me a direct text message via pop call. It's $1 a message. It's not an automated system. You will be getting a text back from me directly. You can do that at the link in the show notes to take advantage of that. So I look forward to connecting with you guys. It's been fun to chat with those of you who have been here already and those of us who have been texting back and forth. Those of you who want to be in Patreon, if you're not already, you guys can always message me there if you want to join a tier for $22 a month. So that's it for now. I'll see you in the next deep dive for Gate 50, the Gate of Values in Human Design. Talk to you soon.